recently rescued dolphin. Now what you're going to see is the trainers working with the animals, doing training, and all the training we do is based on a reward system called positive reinforcement. So what will happen is the trainers will ask the dolphins to do something, like paint, or sit nice and still while we put that prosthetic tail on. And when they do it right, they're going to get some kind of reward, which might be a fish, it might be pets and rub-downs, or it might be a toy. So let's watch as Panama explores her creative side a little bit and does something for the table. Alright, she did a lovely job. So we have taught the animals to paint, they are trained to paint, and everything is voluntary. So we ask them, hey, will you wear, for example, this ring with a brush on the end of it, on the rostrum, which is their mouth area, and make these strokes. And when they do that correctly, we let them know they've done a good job, either by blowing that whistle, or in the case of Panama, we might tap or point at her because she can't hear the whistle, she's actually deaf. And then we'll follow it up with some kind of really good consequence. So either fish, some kind of food, toys, or kisses and snuggles, what you're seeing right here with Heather and Winter. Winter really loves those snuggles. And this ensures that they're going to do this again in the future, and that is how training works. Now you can use this on people as well. You can use positive reinforcement with your children. You can use it with your in-laws. You can use it with your spouses. Winter says yes, you can. Tried and true. So all you need to do is find what motivates them, let them know what you want them to do, and follow it up with some kind of positive reinforcement. And that's what we do with our animals here at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. There's Winter doing a little bit of dancing. Now you'll also hear the animals making those vocalization sounds. So you'll hear Winter's famous Tweety Bird noise. There it is. And all those sounds are actually coming from the blowhole. So they don't have vocal cords like we do. You'll hear all that coming from that hole that they use to breathe on the top of their head. Well, you heard it here first, folks. That's it in Winter's words. So you'll also notice that we do change the training up a lot. We don't want to do the same thing all the time. So we try to make it very interesting and fun. And by making it fun and interesting for the animals, it ensures that they're going to participate, or that they're more likely to participate. It looks like Panama is working on a very little piece now. But you can see she's doing a very good job. And Tiffany is letting her know that she's doing a good job by pointing at her. Like I said, she's deaf, so she cannot hear that whistle, and that's why we don't use that with her. Now, Panama is probably deaf due to her age. She is an older dolphin, and she came to us at the age of about 25. In the wild, dolphins live to be about 30 years old, but in a human management system, they can actually live to be quite a bit older. Now I'm going to direct your attention to Winter over here. She is starting her physical therapy. So a lot of you probably know about Winter's story and how she lost her tail in that crab trap rope, right? And how many of you saw the film Dolphin Tale? Alright, so quite a few of you. Now, because of Winter's side-to-side swimming that she used to adapt to that lack of tail, she does have some overdevelopment of the muscles on the side of her body. And we treat this and the curve shape that has come about from that by doing the physical therapy. Now she's going to show you that injury site, what's left of her tail.
Oh my.
And that is what we call the peduncle. It's a really funny sounding word, but it is a real scientific word, I assure you. And what we do to treat that overdevelopment of the muscle that causes the curve shape is some stretches and some exercises. And a lot of those exercises will involve the prosthetic tail, which I'm holding right here. This is the newest prosthetic tail, and you will notice that it is darker in color up here, where actually going to be doing some motion analysis with this. So by having the black color, we can put the white dots on it and do a better analysis of her strokes so that we can design better tails in the future. So Winter has actually had somewhere in the high teens, 17 or 18 tails in all, because she is still growing. And she got her first tail when she was about a year old. So she's gone through a lot of these tails, but we're always developing better tails with better technology with the help of Hanger Prosthetics, the company that has donated all those tails. So what you're going to see right now is Heather, Winter's trainer, getting that tail on. The first part that goes on is a gel sleeve. It's kind of like a sock. We put that on, and it's nice and cushioned, and it sits against her skin. It also provides that really important suction when she's moving up and down through the water, so it doesn't come off.
Okay.
Now you'll also notice that Winter is sitting nice and still, right? She's just hanging out, being very, very still. That's pretty impressive, right, parents, for a 7-year-old sitting nice and still like that? And that is part of the training we do. We've taught her, if you sit nice and still, you don't have to, but if you do, we're going to give you something fun. We're going to give you some rewards. And gradually over time, you extend the duration and make it a little bit longer until she learns that this is something really fun and positive. Now it looks like that tail is going on. And by wearing the tail and moving it up and down, it takes the stress off those side-to-side muscles that have become overdeveloped and strengthens those normal dolphin swimming muscles. Because normal dolphins usually swim up and down, right? They don't normally swim side to side. That's not natural for a dolphin or even a mammal. Most of the animals that swim side to side are sharks or fish. And of course, Winter. But she is definitely the exception. So it looks like we've just about got that on. We're making the final adjustment. And if you guys want to see this from the underwater viewing, feel free to head downstairs. She's going to give you a nice pose with her tail on. She's looking very nice. And we are going to let her go. What you'll notice is Heather having her move that peduncle up and down. She's giving her that hand signal. So there she goes. We have her. It looks like she's doing a great job with that tail. And like I said, when she does a good job, she gets some kind of reward. Even your guys' applause can be a kind of reward. That's all part of the positive scenario that we're creating here. Now again, if you want to see this really underwater viewing, you can head down the stairs across where I'm pointing into Shipwreck Alley. We have windows along the pool, so you can watch the dolphins in their element. You can see Winter with her tail on right now. It's very, very cool to see. She just did another lap. Yeah, she's doing a great job. Now we keep this very positive by reinforcing or rewarding her with that fish or some kind of toy or some kind of pets and rub-downs. And this ensures that in the future she's going to want to do this again. And as a hospital, it's very important that we can do things like this with the help of the animals. Because if we jumped in the pool and wrestled that tail on Winter and made her swim, which we wouldn't be able to do, she probably wouldn't like us very much, right? And so we absolutely need to make it very positive and very voluntary. And there's a whole science developed around that with animal training and positive reinforcement, and it's very, very effective. And that is how we're able to do what you're seeing today. Now, one of the tools you might see with training is that target pole that Tiffany has. By using that target pole, we can actually guide the animals around underwater or above water. That target pole that you saw her holding is actually how we train dolphins to do flips and jumps in the air. So it looks very simple, but it's very, very versatile, and it's a very important training tool. Now we're going to get, looks like we're going to get Winter to do a little bit of painting as well. Now all our dolphins are trained to paint, including Hope, our youngest. oldest, or excuse me, our only male dolphin. So Winter actually pulls the brush in her mouth. And she does those cute little deliberate strokes, as you can see. It looks like she might be going for a Christmas theme. Are we going for a Christmas theme, Tiffany? Okay, that's what we have the red for. Very festive. And we're also allowing Winter to break up her training session a little bit. She's going to wear the tail, then maybe she'll get to stop and do something else, and we're rewarding her, of course, the whole way. We also like to get underwater and make sure that she's moving up and down in that proper fashion, and that she's not going back to that wiggle movement that she uses to swim. Like a lot of you saw the film Dolphin Tale, we do want to let you know that if you are a big fan of the movie, Winter's Dolphin Tale Adventure in Downtown Clearwater is a must-see. We'll take you down there for free and bring you back for free. So just go ahead and jump on that Jolly Trolley or the Rainbow Shuttle, look on that wristband. You are entitled to get in. Don't forget to check that out. They have free scenes from the movie starring Winter and Panama. We also want to let you know something very, very important, and that's that we could not